Well, good damn afternoon, Americans. Jericho Green here with you once again. Make sure you give me a follow on X at green_Jericho. And make sure you like and subscribe to my new channel, Green's House. And if you didn't hear yesterday, I announced it on my live stream. My family and I, the Greens, are moving to Texas. We're going to the Dallas-Fort Worth area. Our house is officially on the market, and that's what we're going to do. A variety of reasons. I covered them on the live, so if you want to know, check that out. But, probably some of the same things that most Californians leave California for. That's what we're doing. We're heading east, but we'll still be in the west. So last night was the presidential debate between Donald Trump and Kamala Harris. How did it go? What did I think of it? Well, first of all, I thought it was going to be much worse on her part. I thought it was going to be sloppy Joe-esque. I thought that we were going to see the uncomfortable in front of the camera, talks in circles bullshit Kamala that we usually do, and we did see some of that. There were moments where she froze up, but I would say for the most part, she did well. She was very well practiced. It sounded like she was reciting a script at some points. At some points, it sounded like somebody was telling her what to say, and she was trying to speak fast enough so that you wouldn't think somebody was telling her what to say. Like she had an earpiece in or something like that. I know there was I think it was in the New York Post that some people think her pearl earrings are a listening device, earpiece, whatever. I don't know. But to me, it just sounded like her speech cadence was off. It didn't feel natural. But I thought she did well, and all of her points were delivered well. It's just that all of her points were bullshit. All of her points were the same nonsense, and it boils down to what Trump covered in his closing remarks was, you've been in office, so why haven't you fixed these things yet? When she talks about fixing the cost of living, you guys are the ones who broke it. So of course you have to fix it. But the people who are seriously considering voting for Kamala Harris, who are going to vote for her, that's what they're going to do no matter what. I think it just solidified it. I think at both sides, Trump supporters or Trump voters, Kamala voters, I think it just made the ones who are going to vote for them dig in a little bit deeper, and maybe some who were close and considering it, maybe they're going to now. But all the stuff she was saying had been debunked, or it was lies, it was her opinion, it was bullshit. He said disparaging remarks about our servicemen and women and the tiki torches. And when that shit happened, I thought the same thing, and I still think it now every time I hear them say tiki torches. What kind of fucking white supremacist or whatever group that was, why would they bring tiki torches? What are those citronella? Are you trying to keep mosquitoes away while you provide some light for your backyard luau? Who in the hell uses tiki torches? Like, if you're going to use a torch, it better be a real kerosene-soaked rag around a fucking axe handle. Frankenstein is destroying the town torch. Not no tiki torch. Is that citrus? What is that? Are you kidding me? Anyway. January 6th, he told his people, and it wasn't just him versus Kamala. The two moderators, Lindsay, whatever her name was, David, whatever his name was, it was total bullshit. There were times they were like, Vice President Kamala, thank you. Thank you. Oh, President Kamala, thank you, Donald Trump. Thank you, Mr. Trump. So there was some of that. The questions, the way they were asking the questions. You said in a post that you wanted them to go down to the Capitol. He's like, yeah, you left out the part where I said peacefully and patriotically. Two key words, I would think. So the moderators were in on it too. What do you expect? It's ABC. Trump had to expect some of that. Hell, we did, and we weren't even at the debate. But Kamala, what she did, if you took a gift box and you put it up to a bull's ass and they shit in it, you would have a box full of bullshit, right? But then you took it to like Tiffany's or something and they wrapped it really nice, a really thick, good wrapping paper, a nice bow on it, maybe some Tiffany cufflinks, you know, on said bow, like really nice, but inside was bullshit. That's how it was. She delivered her message well. She was addressing her base, like I said, the people who are gonna vote for her or seriously considering it. So if you're to that point, you're seriously considering voting for Kamala after all that, then you're gonna vote for her. But she didn't say anything. I have a plan for this and I have a plan for that. She didn't expound on any of it. She didn't expand on any of it. She didn't elaborate. She just said, I have these plans. And there was a couple moments where Trump got flustered. You could tell he was so mad that he couldn't even get out what he wanted to say properly. But again, and she had some of those moments too. It sounded like somebody was speaking in her ear fast enough, and she had to hear it and process it and say it so that people wouldn't think she was listening to somebody. I don't know how to explain it. But I listened to the whole thing, beginning to end, wire to wire. It was tough. But I think Trump had a great closing statement. Hers was more the same. Hers was just a bunch of platitudes and talking points. The January 6th and all that, and the economy. And she said, world leaders are laughing at Donald Trump. Yeah, the ones who he made pay their fair share, maybe. The ones who don't fucking matter. The ones who, if he walked in the room, they would be silent like a dead church mouse. They wouldn't say shit. They would fart a little bit and some pee would come out. That's what would happen if Trump walked in the room right now while they're laughing. I talked to some military officials and generals. Some used to work for you, and they say that they laugh at you. They think you're ridiculous. Shut the fuck up, Kamala. You ain't talking to no world leaders. And if they're laughing at you. They're talking in their native language to their translator, and then they're laughing at you. It's like when you're in a nail salon with the Vietnamese ladies. You know they're talking shit. What I do for your nail today? You know they're talking shit. When it's over there, you pull out your fucking gnarled dragon's claws and put them on that little footstool thing, and they gotta go to work and beautify that nonsense. You know they're talking shit. But it was just a bunch of nonsense, a bunch of lies. Like, come on, the same old bullshit. Anybody who's a fan of hers, they think that was the greatest presidential debate in the world. That's exactly what they're thinking and what they're telling people. It was amazing because, like I said, it was delivered well. It was delivered well. She was hitting her points. You could tell that she practiced. She was very prepared. It's just that the things she was saying were nonsense, were lies. And you would hope that some of the people who are fans of hers maybe turned away and realized that she's full of shit because you've been there. She was talking about Trump had the nerve to bring Taliban leaders to Camp David. And he went around the heads of Afghanistan and talked to warlords. That's called negotiating. That's called going to the people who make shit happen. Why is he going to waste some time with bureaucrats when he can go sit Indian style in some tent somewhere with a bunch of dudes that got AK-47s leaning up against the wall and get shit done? And then she talked about Camp David. Oh, it's this lauded American whatever, like this place where we host dignitaries. Man, nobody gives a fuck about Camp David. That's where the president goes to go on vacation. No one's telling their kids, this summer we're driving to Camp David. Nobody cares about Camp David. That's where the president goes. Isn't that where Bush spent a lot of time? I don't give a shit about Camp David. And our democracy was the same shit they always say. Some of the same shit she said in that bullshit, rehearsed, edited nonsense with her pervert bodyguard, Tim Balls or Walls or Balls to the Walls, whatever his name is, on CNN. It was more of that. If you're not with the bullshit and you don't support Kamala, you're not going to vote for her, you're like, look at this shit. More of the same. If you like Kamala, you love Kamala, you were on your feet the whole time because she was kicking Trump's ass. Like I said, there were some moments where he got flustered. You can't blame him. And he said, excuse me, I'm talking. Does that sound familiar? What else did he said something else that was fucking hilarious. Oh yeah, he said, where is our president? Do we have a president? Where is Joe Biden? He said they need to wake him up. He said Kamala and I should go down to Washington, D.C. right now, because they were in Philly. He said we should go to D.C. right now after this debate and go sign an executive order to close the border. He said they can do that themselves. They don't need Congress. They have the power to do that themselves, to stop the illegals, stop the criminals, stop the fentanyl, all that shit. They can do that right now, since you all of a sudden wants to be a moderate and get tough on the border. And he said somebody can go in there and wake Joe Biden up at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Oh, he was talking shit. It was he had some funny parts. But that's what I thought of it. I don't think too many people got their minds changed. They were really tuning in to see how she was going to perform, because you already know how Trump's going to perform. Everybody was tuning in for her or against her to see how she was going to perform. And I think she did well. Again, everything she said was 100% verifiable horseshit, but it was delivered well. It was in a nice, beautiful, professionally wrapped box, but when you cracked that bad boy open, it was nothing but bovine fecal matter. But you know how it goes. I try to be done with the left, but they just won't let me. Please subscribe, hit that notification bell, because every time it rings, a piece of shit lefty cries. Utilize the Linktree link. Get over to X, give me a follow at @green_Jericho, and make sure you like and subscribe to my new channel, Green's House. I am Jericho Green. And man, I'm out.